this week. It's your girl Shantae C. Checking in for another tea and things. I'm chilling with my homegirl.
Nia, what's up? It's another Wednesday. We're here with you guys. We got some tea and some things to get into tonight. Boy, do we have some things.
Oh my goodness.
All right, but we are going to start out with not condolences, guys,
Thank goodness.
but prayers. We do need prayers.
Oh my goodness. Who we praying for, Lord?
We are going to pray for Jamie Foxx. So he was hospitalized last week.
Yes, he was.
He went to the hospital. They're calling a medical emergency, so that means they don't want to reveal.
Lord.
But anyway, he went with a medical emergency. He is still in the hospital here in Georgia. The doctors are still running tests, but his family does say that he's in good spirits. He's doing good.
Because he was here filming a movie, right? I'm pretty sure he was here filming a movie.
That part.
Now, I'm not really sure exactly what it was, but you know.
Yeah, but we're going to pray for Mr. Fox because, we like him. We like him.
You know, I really like his whole story. Like, he definitely was on the come up. He is certainly a triple threat. Acting, singing, and comedy. Like, he is like one of my favorites. He was right there next to Will Smith. They was in the same little category. Now Will Smith down on the floor, and Jamie Foxx is my number one now. So Jamie,
you her number one.
You my number one now, Jamie.
I used to always watch Jamie Foxx show.
Me too.
Of course, we all gotta blame it on the alcohol.
He was my favorite ever since his very, very first song that he had come out called Infatuation. That was like my jam. I loved that song. Okay.
I know.
Like back in the 90s, like for real, he was like a 90s R&B singer.
Yes. I love me some Jamie. I've always loved Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. So definitely we're thinking about you. We're praying for you. Hope you pull through just fine. I think his daughter put out something saying, that she that he was doing okay. So that's good.
Okay, well that's good. Yeah. So that is good. Y'all keep Jamie in your prayers because we need Jamie.
We sure do.
He's one of our best comedians.
Yeah, he is.
And moving on, speaking of people hurt and injured, so Frank Ocean.
What happened to Frank Ocean?
Oh my God, girl. So he did do Coachella last weekend, and of course fans was complaining about the performance and everything. The man hurt himself.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He still tried to go on. Now he's been canceled to headline the second weekend.
Yeah.
The doctors pulled him.
Wow.
He thought it was like a mild injury, and it turned out to be 2 fractures and a sprain.
What?
On his foot. Yeah, and his ankle. That's crazy. His fracture is like close to a break.
Yeah, and on your foot, man, if you've ever had anything that ever happened to your foot or your ankle or anything like that, it is
painful.
The work, and it doesn't heal for like a really, really long time.
Yeah, I know. That's why I always feel bad for athletes when they fall on that ankle. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like one of those really, really hard recoveries. Like, I remember I had fallen and hurt my ankle, and to this day, that was years ago. To this day, sometimes my ankle feels weak.
Yeah, when you could tell when it's snowing outside.
That part.
Your ankle lets you know the weather.
That part.
But yeah, and I know he was looking forward to opening, but you got to keep your health safe. So we're going to say a prayer for Mr. Frank Ocean also.
Yeah.
But y'all fans need to stop complaining about, his performance. The man got up there and still tried.
Oh, yeah. Not cool. Not cool.
Not cool at all.
Not cool at all.
All right, and then moving on. This gets messy, y'all. Extremely messy.
Lord, what done happened now, child?
Oh, Lord. Lord have mercy. Okay, so Erica Mena.
Okay.
and Safari. Erica has decided to take it to social media.
Oh
to
God.
show receipts.
First of all, what is Safari doing to these women that got them going crazy?
I don't know.
Well, did you see his toy?
I did not see his toy. What's his toy?
His sex toy.
Oh God.
He has an imprint of his pee-pee. And they made it into an adult toy.
Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me.
It's the Safari adult toy.
Well, Safari, I'm not a fan of you right now, sir.
Well, he was
What the
putting
things
he
you
obviously was putting it on those girls. That's why he got a whole mode about it.
But so she played videos of him saying that the kids is getting on his nerves and all that. Although, you know, they've been a fight with him not really,
Yeah.
according to Erica Mena, not really taking care of the kids, helping
Right.
her, doing anything. Now, Safari is dating some other woman and decided to get her kids,
Oh my God.
little kids,
Oh.
2 Rolex watches.
Why?
Deadbeat.
Why?
Erica, I'm on your side, girl. Deadbeat.
Well, I just don't understand. Like, did he do it to spite her? Like, I'm just trying to understand. Because sometimes men be doing petty stuff too. Like, is he being petty wop by giving the other kids that because she said that he ain't doing nothing? So he basically trying to say, listen, I got money. Don't be trying to say I can't take care of my kids. So I guess he was just being petty right along with her ass.
Lord,
Petty plus petty equals double petty.
But I feel bad for her because she's always screaming that he is just not helping and taking care of those kids.
I wish we could pull the court documents to see what's really going on. Because if he really wasn't taking care of his kids, he would be locked up.
Well, this is according to Erica.
Right.
I've watched shows, and I don't know if they cut him in half or whatever, but I've seen him be really mean to her. Like, mean.
Right, but what about the parts where she probably was being an asshole to him?
Well, that could have happened.
Because you know how these people, they'll chop it up and make you look like the bad guy now.
Oh, I know that.
Now they chop you up and make you look like you crazy.
Chop the whole show. Like, let us see the whole thing.
Right.
So we can make the right judgment.
Right, because y'all wasn't y'all didn't show the part where she was cussing him out and like slapping him in the face. You just showed the part where he called her a B.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
And speaking of kids.
Oh Lord, don't tell me Nick done had another one.
Nick is not having another one. Although he did say he would have a baby with Taylor Swift.
Oh,
because he said that they could understand each other. They dated a lot.
Oh, is that? But she ain't had no whole bunch of children, so I don't think she can understand.
But I think you guys need to give Nick a break. You know, the internet. So
I love Nick Cannon now. He get to the money.
He know how to get to the
money.
know
how to get to the money. Like, I ain't mad at you, bruh.
He was asked to name all his kids, and he forgot one by accident. I mean, he got so many. But then
how many kids he got? About 20.
He got 12. But you know that the internet had to come for him because they're claiming he forgot to name the one black one. I'm like, well, they're all black because he's black. But the one
that's 100% like he don't have no mixed mama. Oh, jeez.
I'm like, y'all leave Nick alone. The man just made a mistake. It had nothing to do with color.
Maybe it had to do with the 12 children he has.
Yeah.
I can't even remember 12 children.
Jesus. I know. And then he got a set of twins here and a set of twins there.
So that must be his gene that's creating the twins.
Maybe. Gotta be.
Yeah. Gotta be. If you got 2 sets of twins.
Yeah.
You tripping.
Lord. But y'all leave Nick alone.
Please.
Please
leave that man alone.
He's not trying to just not name his black child.
First of all, he gonna just think too hard and impregnate one of y'all that's talking junk.
Everybody's like, yay, me. I put him on child support.
Right. He don't mind paying.
Hey, he got it.
He don't mind. He don't mind it.
But we are gonna move on into our topic of the day, guys.
Hopefully, I don't mess it up today. Okay.
And Chantel's gonna bring us in.
I'm gonna try. Is not checking your kids letting them get completely out of control? Let's talk about it.
Yes.
So I always go back in the day and think about like when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying? My mom disciplined me, like my mom's friends disciplined me, like the neighbor down the street disciplined me. Like there was no getting out of control. There was no like losing your mind and then your mama just say, "Oh yeah, don't worry about it. You better not say nothing to my baby because she right." There wasn't none of that. Like if I was wrong, I was wrong. You strong and wrong. You made your bed, you're gonna lay in it. You know, that was like all of these sayings that they had back in the day, like when we were growing up. I feel like in this day and age that basically kids are getting away with murder. Literally.
Literally. I think it's I think it's very harmful and awful to not check your children. To like I think that as a leader,
as a parent,
whether they're old or young, but just as a leader in general,
you
should check your kids and let them know like where they're wrong, where they're going left or whatever, not just let all this stuff go. You know, that's a big problem of what's going on today. Why these kids are so disrespectful. They grow and they know nothing.
Right.
And they're worse.
Yeah. Robin says yes. Check them so that they don't think they can act or talk any kind of way to people. If you don't, they will try you one day.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with Robin.
You know, I just, yeah. So the thing is, it hurts me because, you know, we're seeing all these videos on social media now where the kids are bucking up against their teachers and like literally trying to fight them when the teacher is simply saying, "Hey, you need to be quiet," or "Hey, you know, you need to stop disrupting the class," or whatever they doing. And these days, these kids be like, "What? F you. You know, I'm not doing that. Get out my face," and da, 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 and end up like getting so mad that they swing on the teacher.
And then their parent don't even tell them they're wrong.
Well, no, and then their parent want to be like, "Oh, the teacher abused my kid. The teacher needs to get locked up and this, that." So sometimes it's not even the parent going to the teacher and like rebelling, but it's like how they try to punish the teacher, but not punish the kid. So you think I'm supposed to sit up here and let your son beat my ass? Or you think I should fight back if he gets himself out of control?
That's a tough situation, but a lot of teachers are being hit by kids.
Or
kids, these kids are just literally out of control. But, and I hate to say it, and I have friends and I know people that say, my kids could be dead wrong and I'm gonna stand up for my kids and make them, and that's just horrible. Like, you should let your children know when they're wrong.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Now, the goal is not to, you know, put them in a situation where they're going to be in harm, but the goal is to make sure that they do know right from wrong, because you're the one that's going to create a situation where they got to go to jail because they don't feel like there's any type of consequence to anything that they do.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So I almost kind of feel like with these teachers and stuff that like if a kid gets too belligerent and it seems like it's getting ready to get out of hand, like I feel like immediately they just need to call the police since the parents don't want to do nothing about it.
Like, have a panic button right on the desk.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
like
as soon as that kid seems like they even about to do anything, you hit that panic button and they coming to get arrested. I feel like I was being threatened with my life. You know what I'm saying?
Or at least remove them out of the situation.
Right.
You know, I mean, I think that it's awful not to check your kids, not to
Yeah.
teach your kids manners, not to enforce it. You know what I mean? Like, I see so many parents, like, just, ugh. It's like, kids will be like with their parents and you hold the door or just anything. And they not only does the parent not say thank you, but you don't even make your child say thank you. So,
Oh yeah, or the kids that open the door and let the door close on the next person.
yeah, I mean, it's awful. And
it's so rude. And Robin says, or if they not going to jail, they're gonna create an individual that no one wants to deal with. I mean, because it's like, this is the thing. If people don't think that they have consequences, if there's like no boundaries, no limits on a person, you would be surprised what people will do when there is no limit set for a person.
Yeah. And then it goes further, because then you get your child grow, right? And now they're 19, 20, 21. You're grown and you just have no, you're still standing up for your child that's just completely failing in life.
Yeah. You want to make excuses as to why they can't keep a job. You want to make excuses as to why they went to jail 4 times. You want to make excuses for, you want to make excuses for all of these things that the kid is doing, because back when it was time to discipline them, they refused to discipline them.
Yeah. I think it's awful. I think it's awful.
Yeah, most definitely.
I mean, do you protect your child? Yeah. But to what limits? I think people should check their kids.
Yeah, I mean, so how I feel is like, if you have a kid and your kid is dead wrong, right? But let's say the adult in the situation is dead wrong as well. So how do you handle that kind of situation? It's like, you gonna stand up for your kid because you need this adult to know, hey, don't mess with my child like that.
Right,
like,
absolutely.
we're not gonna do that. But at the same time, it's like, okay, the kid was wrong, but you wrong too. You took it to a whole nother level. Why are you even going there with a kid? Like, I got the perfect example. There was this person that I knew, and they allowed their child to get on the phone and say some rude stuff to an adult, right? And so the parent was sitting right there and like allowing all of this to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, the person that was in this situation simply went to that other person and said, hey, look, I'm not going to discuss anything with your child. I'm going to discuss it with you.
As you should.
Your kid don't need to be saying nothing to me. So sometimes it's the adult that needs to like take kind of the responsibility, like especially if they are able to like diffuse the situation or walk away from the situation. Sometimes I feel like as adults, we are so busy trying to say, okay, these are what my values are, so I'm not going to stand for that, therefore exacerbating the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of unfortunate too. I'm not saying that adults shouldn't stand up for what they believe, but what I am saying is you should be an adult too. Like, if there's a way for you to walk away from the situation, of course you need to walk away and then deal with it, and deal with the parent, and let the parent then deal with their kids. But getting out of control and the parents coming and saying, oh, my kid didn't do nothing wrong, that is just so ridiculous to me. But I can see how it would get out of control.
People need to check their kids, period.
Yeah.
Whether they grown or not grown.
Yeah.
If your child,
for any reason,
out of control, not doing what they're supposed to do, you need to check your child, period.
Yeah.
Because you're hurting them by not checking them. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean, and it's something, you get so tear jerked about it, because it's like, That could be a family member who's not doing right. That could be one of your close friends. And it's like, what do you do? What do you say? Are you like sitting there trying to check your friend or your sister or your cousin or whoever? Like, so as a outsider looking in, what do you try to say to help that person understand that they got an issue? Or can you even say anything to them?
Well, I know that there's some parents you can't tell them nothing about their kids, and I think that's really sad. Because sometimes if it's somebody else's child, whether they're adult or a child,
right?
Sometimes it's not your place. It's not my place to tell this kid or whatever, but it is my place to let the mom know, hey, your kid should be doing this. Not should be doing, but
right. I noticed that your kid was doing this, and this. Yeah. What you doing about it?
Yeah, like you should,
and you shouldn't get offended. You should guide them. Like you literally should not be getting offended. You know what I'm saying?
And people get offended.
Like especially if like that I love you and that the type of the relationship that we have is a relationship that I'm never going to do anything to intentionally try to hurt you. I'm only here to better your life. I'm not here to try to make your life worse. So if it's coming from me, it's with the most love in my heart, because I'm not going to give this type of advice to just any old body. I'm going to give it to somebody who I care about, right, who I think can accept what it is I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Right. Zuri says she agrees.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. Like, because sometimes it's not your place and people take it wrong, to check their child or whatever. But to me, it is a parent's place. And if somebody's like telling you to guide you and help you, like, look, this is what your child is doing. They're, I see them buying weed all the time, but they never have their bill money. You know what I mean?
Like, right.
As a parent, you should guide your child and let them know, hey.
Yeah, you got stuff to take care of. And Robin says, unfortunately, sometimes the parent of the child doesn't even want to hear about what the child is doing or saying.
That's true.
And Zuri is like, right. If it's coming from a good place, you need to hear it. Like, even if you're mad in the moment, like, take it back. Like, receive it. Like, try to internalize it, especially when you know who the message is coming from. Like, if it was just a random person on the street, like, I get it, like, right, why you might not want to hear that. But if it's coming from your best friend, if it's coming from your mom, if it's coming from your sister, if it's coming from your cousins, people who always have your back, like, why wouldn't you at least consider what it is that they're saying? I feel like parents these days, they just don't want to hear it. They're like, I got a kid, don't worry about what I'm doing. But I am worried about what you're doing, because guess what? That person on the other side of the wrongdoing could be me at some point. And then I'm going to check your kid, and then we're going to have a problem.
Boom. Shantae said a problem.
Right. Then we going to have a problem.
Yes. I think that it can hinder a kid if they're not being, if their parents, their own parent won't even check them. I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's right.
Yeah, because who's going to end up checking them is the police. And like black and brown kids these days, we don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance. So if we don't teach them, they're going to be dead. So not checking them, you might as well assign their death certificate. How about that?
Well, that's extreme, but true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's extreme, but true.
Because just think about it. You got some kids walking down the street getting shot for no reason, just because they was black in a hoodie.
Yeah.
I myself have even been pulled over because, I was dark skinned in a car with rims and a this and a that. They pulled me over for no reason. And I asked them, I said, why did you pull me over? Oh, well, it looks like you were swerving lanes. I was like, I was coming out of a parking lot going into traffic. Like, why would I be swerving a lane? Like, that doesn't even make sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the deep part. When you allow your children to just do whatever and you don't check them, then they do get pulled over by the police or get into it with the wrong color adult or whatever. Now we got a problem. You know what I mean? Now we got a problem. With, matter of fact, I was in traffic court the other day, and the girl was sitting in court, teenage girl in traffic court with her mom on the phone. You think that mom would have been like, get off the phone, because we all know you can't have phones in traffic court, right? And then the judge says something to the kid, and the mama gets snappy. Well,
you ain't even here. You on the phone.
And then now there's all this big mess going on. I'm like, I just want to pay my ticket and get out of here. It's this big mess going on with the judge and them trying to arrest this lady for getting all snappy when she should have just been telling her child, get off the phone.
Right.
Period.
And we're going to get into some of these comments. Tiffany says, and if you don't have kids and say something to a parent about their kids, about their behavior or mouth, sometimes the parent gets super defensive and says that their child doesn't know what they're talking about because they don't have tries to say that the individual doesn't know what they're talking about because they don't have kids. And I think that's true too, because sometimes when you are a person that doesn't have kids and you try to say something to somebody who does have kids, they just go off the deep end like you have no idea what it means to be respectful. You certainly do, because at some point you was a kid.
Right.
And Robin says she dealt with that before.
Yeah, and so have I.
You know? Well, I wasn't trying to check nobody about their kids back then, because I ain't had no kids. I won't worry about nobody and their children. But I do see how that could be, a problem. Like, hey, you don't know nothing about having kids because you don't have any. Well,
I know that yours is disrespectful.
Right.
You as a mom should be checking it and not me.
Yeah. Well, we done got super passionate about this tonight, guys. We only got 3 minutes left, so we gonna wrap it on up. We appreciate all the comments, concerns, and hey, listen, we got some of our own concerns with this situation, but this was great. We're gonna get into a 5-minute tip though.
Yeah.
And so what I'm gonna say is, hey guys, if you are out there and you like to go out and have fun, have a good time, and buy different types of tickets to sporting events and outings and places like that, please make sure that when you are buying those tickets that you're not paying high service fees. They're actually getting ready to pass a law that says that you can't companies like Ticketmaster and places like that can't absorbently charge you for the fees for different tickets. So like if you got a ticket that's $100, you shouldn't be paying $45 service fee. So definitely make sure that you're looking out there for the best deals and that you don't overpay for any types of concert and or play tickets, sporting tickets, so on and so forth. So that's my tip for the day. There's plenty of sites out there. I got one that we just recently were looking at, but the name has escaped me, so I'm not going to go there and give you guys misinformation. But certainly you can go out there and find those prices of those tickets without all those service fees. So trying to save you a little bit of money here and there. We love you guys. This has been a great Tea and Things.
If you guys have any questions, concerns, comments, or want to talk about a topic, email us at
that's TEAN Thangz, THANGZ at gmail.com, and we would love to discuss your topic on air.
Peace. We will see you next Wednesday. Same time, same place.
Same time, same place. Bye.